Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another Mew Mews review. I've reviewed them a couple of times before. I think I have 5 or 6 outfits from them and a bag. So we have another 3, so I'm going to do a Mew Mews try on. I really want to see if the quality of Mew Mews is being consistent, how the sizing is, try some of their new designs and share everything with you, how I would style them and when and where I would wear them, because I feel like a lot of their styles could be sexier or very glam and dressy. So I try and be intentional about what I'm shopping for and choose pieces based on knowing I'll actually wear them. Otherwise, I have a load of cocktail dresses and gowns in my wardrobe and they never get worn. So these all have a reason I chose them and why I'm wearing them, as well as sharing a Mew Mews discount code with you. So they come in a really nicely padded black bag. Then each one comes in its own separate zip bag and tissue paper. So let's pop them on. So this is the Mew Mews Aussie cutout bandage dress. It's actually a gorgeous shade of red. I'm always nervous ordering reds online that they might come out a bit orange red. I think this is a stunning shade of red. I feel like it runs really true to size, maybe slightly big. The quality of the bandage is amazing. I managed to get it done up myself at the back. These are the tags it came with. I didn't want to tuck it in because I figured then you're not going to see. It's just going to create bulkiness underneath. I think it's very, very flattering. And if you've seen the Cult Gaia dress, this is really giving me Cult Gaia vibes. It reminds me of their Christos knit dress at a lot lower price point. So if you're kind of looking for that celebrity style for less, I think this is a great dupe. Let me come in close because I want to show you some of the details. I think the gold detailing on it is really pretty. This doesn't sit perfectly, but how often are you going to be stood stock still? I think if you're sat down, it's not going to notice. If you're moving around, it's not going to notice. The ruching on here is what makes this so flattering. Bandage dresses can be notoriously actually unflattering. Even the super good quality ones that suck everything in. Having a little bit of ruching there, I think really helps, the same as on the bust line. And I think this neckline is so elegant. I think if it was just strapless, it wouldn't have that same aesthetic. I think this is beautiful. So I wanted to put my hair up for you today because I wanted you to be able to see all the necklines on these pieces. The back is that zipper that was easy to get on. Sometimes there is a seam on zippers. There is not on this, so it doesn't get stuck anywhere. And then styling wise, I styled it with some chunky gold jewelry. I just feel like that is still in right now. They just felt a little bit more current and on trend than the Bottega Veneta ones. And then I also thought styling everything together to tie the whole look together, I grabbed my gold handbag, gold strappy sandals, so that the whole look is just very cohesive. But I think you could just as easily style it with black shoes, red shoes. Be careful with tones, like contrasting tones, making sure maybe they match, or doing something like a black strappy heel. I think it's a very versatile dress. Now, where would you wear this dress? So I got this Mew Mews dress to wear for my birthday dinner, which will be in November. I kind of like richer, bright reds for Christmas time, kind of the holiday season. Also, bright red is a really big color trend for this fall, so it's staying on top of color trends. And then if I'm cold, it's easy to throw a jacket over the top. But I thought definitely for my birthday, and then maybe for some holiday parties as well. So it's not just a one and done dress. And I think the style, yes, it's fashion forward, but I still think it's going to be not so fashion forward or such an on-trend color like the hot pink was, that it's going to date too quickly. So this dress is a definite winner for me. Oh, and one important thing I almost forgot to mention, especially with fitted midi, kind of, this is almost a maxi dress on me. It's so long because I'm so short. You can actually walk in this one. It has enough give. I'm not doing a model walk. Okay, so the second dress that I have really high hopes for is the Mew Mews Despina white lace midi dress. Let me start with the pros. So the fit is amazing. I love that it has the nude bandage dress underneath that's sewn to the lace, so there's no chance of it riding up underneath. It stays up really, really well. It has a nice elasticated top. It fits really well. There was a little bit of a struggle or tug in the middle to get it over the zipper, over that line. We'll get to this afterwards. So the fit on this Mew Mews dress feels really good. The quality feels really good. There's a couple of flaws, and other people have said the same thing, but there are some very easy workarounds. So the first one is the belt that it comes with. It's a great belt. It gives it shape, but there's this. It flaps around, and there's no belt loop to put it in. So you're either going to have to cut it, tuck it in, or my way of solving this would just be to completely switch out the belt. And I also tend to do that with a lot of dresses, especially Luxe for Less styles, with something more expensive. So I'm going to put it with a Valentino belt just to add a bit of a luxe touch to it. How tight do I want to do it? The waist on this is on kind of your natural waistline, which I kind of like because that's obviously the smallest point. And then I do obviously then have the belt loop, so I can tuck this into, and I think that's just going to make it look a lot better. You could obviously also wear it without the belt, but I just think it's so much more flattering when you do have that belted waistline on it, like so. So that's the first problem solved. The second one, which is probably bugging you right now, is the neckline. So I also want to show you what I ordered versus what I got so you can see the neckline. From the front, it doesn't look like it's going to be that big a deal. It actually stays up pretty well. So the issue is when it starts to come into under the armpits, it hasn't folded down too badly there. I don't think that looks hideous because most of the times your arms are going to be covering it anyway. But it's when you get to the back, knowing how to deal with that. So it's folded down, it's not terrible, but it's not like it was on the model where it's all the way up under the armpits, because there's literally no way to wear it like that. And it's like, hey! So that for me is a bit of a flaw, but again, I don't think it's anything that's a deal breaker on this. So one of the ways to kind of deal with this is just to press it down into the neckline so it's all sitting nicely. It's not bending outwards. Then it'll just fold nicely under your armpits. Most of the time you probably have a handbag on one side anyway. You're moving your arms. I don't think under the arms is a big deal breaker. And then when it comes to the back, just get someone to fold that down nicely and evenly for you. I don't know what it's quite like because I don't have anyone here right now. The other thing you're going to have to watch out for is if it doesn't bulge there. If it does, just make sure you give it a bit of a tug down to get everything in place and make sure everything looks pristine. So is this dress perfect? No, it's not perfect, but I think it's a very elegant dress that has a lot of workable points. I think it will shoot lovely. So I think this is a great dress for cocktails on a summer evening, for maybe garden parties, for the horse races, a bachelorette party, an engagement party. It's definitely, for me, it feels like a summer style rather than a wintry style, but I do think it's a gorgeous dress for a really good price point. Styling wise, we already talked about swapping out the belt for something that looks a little bit more elegant, a little bit more elevated. I went with nude strappy sandals just to really try and keep everything looking elongated because I'm so petite. You could easily do this with white court shoes. For me, I think that would have made me look shorter. Midi dresses are quite hard to pull off as a shorter woman, so I just feel like that really helps. And then I tied it in with a white clutch, which also doubles up as a shoulder bag to try and tie all the colors together. I went back to more simple, elegant jewelry rather than chunky jewelry for this, just because I feel that suits the aesthetic of this better. And as I was saying earlier, if you did have a shoulder bag, that's going to hide most things anyway. Can you walk in this dress?
Absolutely, it's one of those dresses, because of the kick slit, it's very easy to walk in.
So sorry if my face is in the shade, my body's in the sun, but I figured it's more important to get the dress because it's such a fun party dress. You can totally imagine under the disco lights, this just catching everything and being utterly fabulous. So if the Mew Mews Imre one shoulder patchwork fringe sequin dress is looking familiar to you, it is very much like a dress that was seen in the George Hobakus 2018 full runway show. That one was around $6,000 though. This one's around $150 to $200, so you're definitely saving a lot of money. Obviously, the quality is not going to be exactly the same when you're saving that much money, but it's fine for what it is, especially when I feel like this is going to be your one and done dress. So it's not the most versatile dress. There aren't really a ton of occasions you're going to want to wear this. One, because it is completely sheer. So you're going to need nipple cover-ups or a nude strapless bra and some boy shorts because it's see-through. There's lots of fringing, yes, but you can still see nipples if you're not covering them up. So just FYI, heads up on that one. The other thing about this dress is it is quite big. So this is the smallest size. So you might want to size down a size just because the weight of the fringing is going to pull it down. So maybe if you're flatter chested, maybe consider sizing down. If you're fuller chested like I am, you're probably going to be okay. Now, the other thing that's really important, so I actually had to redo this whole section on this dress. I had it on back to front when I first shot it, and I was going on and on about how short it was and how impossibly short it was. No, I just had the dress on back to front. So it really does matter which shoulder you have it on. It needs to go on your left shoulder. Otherwise, your butt cheeks are going to be hanging out. When you wear it the other way around, you have booty coverage. Always a winner. So I would say if you're on the taller side, it might not work for you, or maybe you want to wear it as a top or over some opaque nude tights. but it is a short dress, so just throwing that out there. I wish there was more fringing. It feels a little bit too threadbare. I could do with more, but I think one is to keep the price down for us, and the other one is to stop it being too weighty and pulling it down, because this is already quite big on me. So I feel like if it was any heavier, it would totally fall down. Styling wise, I did some very sparkly star earrings because, like I said, this for me I think is like a holiday Christmas party dress, and I wanted to tie a little bit of sparkle in. And then shoe wise, I went with nude strappy shoes. I tried on the gold strappy sandals, and honestly I felt like a ballroom dancer. I felt like I should be just at a class or something. They didn't feel fashion. So the nude strappy sandals also kind of make your legs look longer, so that's always a winner. So I would do the nude strappy sandals and then use either a silver, a gold, or a white bag, probably gold, just to tie in with the earrings. And then I don't think it really matters what you do with the bracelet, whether you want to be really blingy and sparkly or whether you want to keep the dress as the main kind of statement piece. So overall for this Mew Mews review, I really like the styles. I think they're beautifully designed. I think they're very fashion forward. A lot of them are the luxe for less, kind of like celebrity dupes. So if you've seen something on a celebrity, or you can always use Google Lens to try and find things as well. A lot of the time Mew Mews will come up. I really loved that first red dress. I thought the fit, quality, and style was really lovely on that. Could also dress myself. The second dress I really like. Does it have its flaws? Yes, but I feel like I can still work around them in the ways I showed you, and I would style it the way I showed you. So this last Mew Mews dress for me is more of a fun Christmas party dress. I feel like it's more of a one and done dress though, just because it isn't the most versatile dress. It is very statement making. It is more like either a Christmas party dress, maybe a birthday party dress, if you have a great Gatsby themed party or want something flapper-esque, but it's not going to be kind of your everyday cocktail dress. And then the other thing with this dress, definitely invest in some good nude underwear. So I still recommend Mew Mews. I still like their styles. They're going to be hit and miss like a lot of stores are, but I think once you know how to style them, their sizing is very consistent. That's one thing I like about it. This one, yes, it's a little bit big, but I also think it could be the weight of the fringing weighing it down. I'm going to link all of them below, as well as my Mew Mews discount code. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe.